like to do for fun? Well, you like to wiggle and grunt. Me too.
Me three. Who doesn't like to wiggle and grunt? If you don't like to wiggle and grunt, you're in the wrong spot right now. Person, you. This is the wiggle grunt zone. First, I'm going to start by wiggling my finger nail. Isn't that weird? Like you open these beer cans with your fingernail, you kind of dig it under there. It's always scary. It's always scary after you like take a shower. And your nail's a little bit softer. And you're like, should I? I don't know if I should be. I shouldn't be tempting fate with this, should I? Then you grab like a fork or some shit. It's dangerous stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of brittle people out there without enough vitamin C or with calcium, and their fingers just snap off. Yes, Hayes, it is a Quake shirt. I actually made this. I got the cutout. I used bleach. It was a fun time in the sewer playing with bleach. Put it in a spray bottle. I got it mixed up with my suntan lotion once. That was painful. This is episode 310 of Nick the Rat Radio, coming to you from the sewers of Brooklyn, New York. I am Nick the Rat, and Nick the Rat. If you'd like to join in the chat, this is a live show. You could go to Sewer Chat somehow. Go to nicktherat.com and click on social. You could use the Sewer Chat there. You could use Discord. You could use Twitch. If you're in IRC in the No Agenda chat, you could hop on over to #join /Sewer Chat. I know that's not Sewer Chat. So Betsy, I know you get a lot of weird emails lately, and you've been questioning me because I'm big in Sewer Chat. But if you're looking for Sewer Chat, you're here too. I'm sorry, Betsy, but you might be an elderly lady that likes to sew, but you're still in the sewer with the rest of us right now. Oh no, that's not a live. That's not a live feed of anything. That's just free footage that I found somewhere. It's quite dark out right now and cold. If it was raining in New York City right now, it'd probably be snow. I think it is November 24th. It is Turkey Eve right now. We will be entering Thanksgiving tonight. We'll be entering the turkey tonight. And I think I'm legally have to say that Zindu has the day off. And so does Diane. So it's gonna be a little bit of a different episode. That I'm kind of alone in the sewer right now, but I feel surrounded by internet souls. Isn't it weird that kind of exists? Like, imagine somebody that has like less viewers than me, because I got like a few million right now people watching me. But even if you have like a couple 100,000 people just watching you right then, it's still the same existence. It's just that there's you kind of feel it though. It's when you have the audience. When I log into the sewer and I see the millions of listeners, when I see them with their ears, I feel it. It's like we're going to be sharing Thanksgiving together, and I think that's what we should do tonight. We should just have a nice open phone line show. Diane, is the phone line open? Diane's not here. I think the phone line's open, but we're just gonna have that. We're just gonna have it open, more or less. Or we're gonna close it down during music because it's just so rude when you're in the middle of a song and then somebody calls. So that's when the phone will be on a do not disturb. DND, do not disturb. Is there a do not disturb D&D sign like that you hang on your doorknob? It looks like somebody took the bait really quick here. Hi, caller. Do you have a problem with your car insurance? A caller?
Oh yeah. My car insurance is very long. I have a very long car.
Well, that's always good.
Do you support long cars?
That are big as a whale?
Is unfortunately it's already set sail. I hit two deers last night, two 9-point bucks.
Well, that's not bad. Did you?
Yeah,
eat 'em?
yeah.
Did you get
We
'em
butchered it in the yard. Yeah. No, we went back and we got him, and we tied him up and we got him in the yard. So it takes a while. It takes a long time for two of them because you got one hand occupied and the other hand also occupied.
Caller, by the way, I was just joking about the car insurance thing. This is actually Nick the Rat Radio. I think you called in here. I just want to let you.
Oh shit, Nick the Rat, Skidly Bee Bomb Bat.
That's yeah.
I need you to wish me happy birthday. Today is my birthday.
Today's your birthday?
Yeah, my birthday.
Right. I'm gonna, for your birthday, I'm going to tell you a future report, a report from your future, a prediction. I'm gonna give you a prediction.
This is very special to me, Nick the Rat.
Hold on one second. I can feel it coming in. Tomorrow.
I can feel it too.
Tomorrow for Thanksgiving, you will have deer instead of turkey.
That's a great idea. I support that decision.
Can you like mold deer meat into the shape of a turkey?
I can try. I can attempt to simulate that.
Caller, what are you thankful for? You sound like a very thankful person.
I'm thankful for my mustache. It helps me get places faster. I'm thankful for the credit score system. It allows me to take things that are mine. I'm thankful for my partner. She has supported me through many ventures.
Does your partner have a mustache too to keep up with you?
I wish she did.
Hopefully she has some bodily hair that helps her go faster as well. Yes.
It's every color of the rainbow, actually. Even the ones you can't see.
Well, that sounds like a very good thing to be thankful for. That's cool.
I consider myself thankful for the cannabis. I'm saying.
I think I know what you're saying. Maybe I wasn't really able to hear. Caller, what are you not thankful for?
I am not thankful for things that I've tied together. And, not thankful. Not.
I wonder if you'll be not thankful for me hanging up on you because your phone line is just falling apart. You can give a call back later. We're gonna take a quick break. That's just how things in the sewer happen. We're gonna listen to some music right now. We got Akira with Return of Double Dragon. The phone lines will be open again soon. We can talk about what you're thankful for. How's Akira? I'm thankful for musicians that put up their music on SoundCloud for Creative Commons stuff. I'm also thankful for Tommy Anonymous, Tommy Anonymous. Last week he donated $2 bills to the show. He sent it through the PO box, and at first I just thought he was trying to say something about how Sewer Chat's queer or something, which is awesome. But then there was two things I thought were condoms, but they were actually dimes. Then I put it together. It was $4.20. He sent a $4.20 donation, and it confused the hell out of me. Blew my mind. Thankful for that. I'm also thankful for Coors Banquet having such gigantic cans of beer. I'm thankful for No Agenda Crowd, that whole in the morning group, and all the podcasts attached with that, and all the people that I've met through there. They're all great people. You know who you are. I could mention all your names, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. We got also some things that I'm not thankful for. IKEA. Let me just shit on IKEA for a second. It's fun to shit on corporations because it's easy, because you don't know like what they are. It's like a name, so you could easily shit on a corporation and not really feel so bad. But I guess I understand why some companies run things poorly. Either way, let me just tell you what's going on here. So the scientists have willingly agreed for me to upgrade my bed from a couple of pieces of newspaper to something like maybe like a twin size or something. It'd be a lot of room for me. So I wanted to order. I wasn't able to. I was going through I can't leave the house. I'm a rat. You go into a store. I found this bed frame that I liked on IKEA. I want to go into IKEA. I hit order and deliver. Oh, it's out of stock. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I can't get it delivered because it's out of stock at the place near the sewer. It's the Red Hook one. It's in Brooklyn. There's a IKEA. So finally, the bed frame that I want is in stock, and then I was like, okay, cool. Order, deliver, and it's like, oh, they don't, you can't. There's no way to get it delivered. So I call the number, and I'm like, hey, why, how do you exist? How do you have a store and you don't deliver? I don't know if this is like part of the like COVID lockdowns or shortages of workers or. I have no idea what the hell's going on. So I called the number, and it's like a main office in the middle of Switzerland somewhere. I'm like, hey, can I get a delivery from the Brooklyn location? Can I talk to them? And they're like, no, we can't give you their number, ha ha ha. But we will call them and ask your question about the delivery. And then they put me on hold, and they come back to me like, oh, they didn't pick up the phone. I'm like, what? They didn't pick up the phone. But I have a question about buying a product from you. Now, I'm sure IKEA makes most of their money from people going into their stores and getting lost and having to buy furniture so they can make a hole to get out of the place. So they probably don't even care about deliveries and dealing with all that bullshit. Because also, you think about it, it's like I buy my twin size gigantic bed frame. It weighs like 40 pounds or whatever, and people are going to deliver it to my house. But what if I wet the bed that night and I kind of ruin the bed frame and then I just ship it back? It's within like a 30-day grace period thing. Just, shit happens, Maybe they just don't want to foot the bill for all that. So like, we're not going to even deal with delivering, but we have to pretend at least that we do. I don't know what's going on. But it was a very annoying situation today. Let's go to the voicemail and see if anybody had called in or left a voicemail. Wait, what? Did I just say voicemail twice? Wait, what is this? What the hell?
Hey, Nick, I listened to that whole shitty show for 3 hours and only heard 2 of my voicemails. Listen, buddy, you gotta make some sort of feature where when I leave a voicemail, I can listen to it right away instead of having to listen to your whole shitty fucking show filled with confused, mediocre, well, you were there.
Caller, we skipped your voicemails because they were pretty much just bad. Let's see, we have 917-719-5923.
Hey, Nick, I just wanted to have a serious conversation with you. It seems, listening to your show, sir, I know it is entertainment, but from the things that you say, certain things, it seems that you don't fully understand life.
Not really.
So I may bring this to you. I may offer this to you, sir. I don't want you to believe me, but we say that one can understand life, that one can understand the real meaning of life, that it can happen to you. It's a real thing. And that as a human being, you deep down want and need to understand life. So we can start this way. There are 3, I'll make it short for you, sir. There are 3, I'll just do one little thing. So there are 3 levels of understanding. Now don't believe me, let your own mind question what I say. But the first level is the verbal level. Some examples is okay, I have to go home, you agree, yes, you have to go home, I have to quit, etc. That's one level of understanding. Is my number is 719-917-5777.
Wait, is one level the anal level? Because I think that might be a level some
That's
people
one
are
level,
stuck
right?
to.
That's the lowest form of understanding, right? Possibly. Please don't believe me. Then there is the idea. You get the idea. Well, I have this funny set of words I want to call into the voicemail. I get, or someone explains something to me, like the top of a mountain, and I get the idea of that, and I can understand it that way. But it's still not the highest form of understanding. Now, before I tell you the highest form of understanding, most of us are stuck on the verbal and intellectual levels of understanding. We're stuck on very limited levels, sir. You see this? So when I talk about death, I think something happens when I die. Well, I've never really understood exactly what death is. Or if I talk about God, I've never really understood it, sir. And it tells from the way I talk about it. So the highest form of understanding is feeling it.
The highest form of understanding usually comes when you're high. That voicemail, I don't think it meant anything, did it? I'm kind of intoxicated right now, but I don't think there was anything of substance within there other than not understanding death, which I think is the point. Fletcher just joined sewer chat? Oh man, I love putting Hog Story on. Laying in bed, I'm like, what could I put on right now? Should I listen to some DH Unplugged? Too late, already did. All right, let's put on some Hawk Story. I don't know which of those two are more of a musical genius, Jonathan Fletcher or Carolina Blazinski. But always a fun time. Fletcher chat. Isn't fletching like a really disgusting sexual maneuver? John might come from a long line of these Fletcherers. Fletching. Yeah, what is it? Making arrows is sexual. I could see that. You know, anything can be sexual if you really try hard or moist enough. Wait. All right, so I crapped all over IKEA. Took a couple of voicemails. It looks like nobody's on the phone line right now. All right, we're gonna. If Diane was here, I would be able to orchestrate the show a little bit better. But we're gonna play another song right now. All the music I play is CC BY 3.0. It's all found on SoundCloud. You could go there by go into my website, nicktherat.com or nicktheratradio.com, and I don't know. It's go to SoundCloud.com. Likes. Words are hard, you know? But feelings, that's all you really need, you know? Well, unless you want to get like a real job. Let's listen to Space Roast with Eterna City.
hot wizards in your area. I don't want love. I just want sex. See my orb? Click here. Bibbity bobbity, bring that sweet ass over to my tower, baby. Hot.
When I'm feeling lonely on a Saturday night and there's nobody to talk to, I look to the skies. The dark sewer scientist recently launched 17 new satellites into outer space for one of the most primo party lines ever. Ever. Not only is it primo, it's also private. Only people that subscribe to the space sewer satellites brought to you by the Dark Sewer Network could log in and talk to other really radical people. If you'd like to have a test run, you could call now at 917-719-5923. We could start a subscription now. You could sign in, talk to some of the most badass people ever in outer space. You're not like in outer space though. You're still on planet Earth, but you get to talk to these people. They're real too. Even though the Dark Sewer Network scientists have been working on the best chatbots ever, they even like sound human. You could talk to them. I had some phone sex with one of their Dark Sewer robot sluts. It was real hot, but we're not selling that right now. We're selling subscriptions to log into the Dark Sewer satellite network. It's gonna be really badass. You know, you don't want to be tied into terrestrial TV or Netflix. You need something new, something different. You need to talk to people that are on your level, and your level's in outer space. So basically just sign up today, give us your $69.99 and leave your social security number. We'll give you a call back, so just leave your name. Alright, I gotta go talk to this chick. She started to message me straight from the Dark Sewer Satellite Network. This is great. It works, man. You can meet people and sell stuff. I sold my toilet seat cover last week. It was.
It's on. It's working. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We also have a direct email line. If you don't want to go to the chat, sometimes you can't chat. You know, sometimes you don't want Discord on your phone because it's very invasive and all your shit's not private and probably owned by countries that you don't have any idea even exist yet. Or if you're just not nerdy enough to have IRC, or if you're just not young enough to be on Twitch, then you could email me too. At nick@nicktherat.com. Now, I will read these emails. If the title says gas blast in the subject line, I will read these emails on the air. Or in space, wherever. Let me go check the email box and see if there are any gas blasts lined up in the pipes. Let's see here. Glitchy Steam? Wait, I think that's from that's old. Let's see here. I don't know if I could read this. I don't like to. Okay. See, the thing is, I don't dox anybody. We actually have a filter system on the email server. So if you email me, your actual email address is wiped away. But this is slanderous. Hey Nick, I think we saw your news anchor buddy Zindu covered in stuffing, running down the street, screaming about how he was the only clean one on the planet. That can't be Zindu. Zindu is, I just spoke to him. He's fine. He's not here tonight because, Diane, why don't you talk to me anymore? I don't know where Zindu is, actually. If you just sent that gas blast in, can you send me his coordinates or where you actually seen this? I can't trace the email. This is very important. I haven't actually seen him in a while. I think since like last week he's acting real weird. He was having a lot of pillow fights in the sewer. There were feathers all over the place. Like the rat Minecraft server. There's a lot of weird kids on the internet these days. If you play video games, you're gonna just run into children of surprisingly young ages. It's like, oh, hi, I'm 4. It's like, what are you doing playing Call of Duty? Jesus. There's a lot of weird kids, full stop. Yeah. But I guess there's just a lot of weird people. Everybody's weird. There's no such thing as normal. Surprisingly, very, very, very talented. You know, some people are just talented, naturally talented. Uh, like, like GoDaddy. I'm thankful that GoDaddy had a massive breach in September of 2021, exposing millions of people's WordPress passwords to, I don't fucking know. I'm surprised that I thought that just happens. I've been with GoDaddy a long time, and the PHP servers were always hacked, because you have to keep the WordPress up to date. But that didn't even fucking matter anyway, because there'd be holes, there'd be gaps, unless you had like a bunch of 4-year-olds running your servers for you, constantly checking in on it. You're gonna get hacked. But either way, I hope GoDaddy gets sued out of existence. If all those 2 million people sued for $1, that would be $2 million. GoDaddy would still exist. They're worth more than 2. But it'd be a step in the right direction. This episode is very strange. It's hard to encrypt passwords inside of a database. Oh, because how does the database know that you're using the right password? There's always got to be some. Isn't there only like one unbreakable fucking crypto signature or some shit? Like the RSA uses shit that's broken already. It's very scary to think about how exposed everything probably is to very few people. I'm sure there's a couple people out there that know how to look into everything. And sometimes it just is, well, like Facebook is just getting data from you, and their cheap 3D headset that takes photos of the entire innards of your house and saves them, and house layouts and heights and pictures and video sent right to Mark Zuckerberg's. I'm thankful for Mark Zuckerberg. It helps me know that if I ever met you and you're like, oh, I use Facebook, I'm like, all right, cool. I guess that's cool. Not really. And I had to make a stupid ass account. Yeah, I got the Oculus Quest 2 was on sale for $250. So yeah, I got the scientist to spend that on that, and it's good for $250. But the idea of strapping lights right over your retinas is pretty scary, in my opinion. Is as you get further from light, it exponentially decreases in power. But the closer you get, it exponentially gets more powerful in certain ways. I seriously think in like 10, 20 years, there's going to be gigantic lawsuits for like fucked up vision and stuff from these things. But it's very immersive experience. I was looking under the table in Anne Frank's house in the comfort of the sewer. It was but I think the augmented reality in a lightweight frame is going to be where it's at, or something. Who knows? Well, that would be pretty good if there was like just like a thin piece of plastic that was in front of your eyes that could focus and then put up displays that were like augmented within reality. It would be decent, but everybody would see what you're doing. It doesn't matter anyway. It's all a gimmick. It's like the mouse. Nobody uses a fucking mouse. Everybody uses a controller now. And Ernest, we're gonna listen to another song, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna probably start thanking people in a little bit. I don't know. I'm just having a good old Thanksgiving Eve, waiting for the turkey day to drop before it's a podcast. I don't have to follow guidelines. There's no rules here. Hold on one second. Nick the Rat, don't say that. There are rules here. Okay. Somebody just handed me a paper that said there are rules. So we're gonna listen to some music right now. We're gonna listen to Foxbeat with Safakash.
Now we're gonna ask the Raiders to help us do the next two.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Servo. Canadian bacon. Welcome back to the sewers, everybody. It is still the 24th of November, 2021, right now. Currently, at this moment in time, you might be listening to this in the future, and in that case, I wonder how that makes you feel. Like old or something, or I enjoy watching good TV. I saw the movie. That's not a movie. It's a 7-part miniseries on Netflix called Midnight Mass. That's fun to watch. There's a lot of dialogue in it, but well written dialogue, or interesting dialogue at least. Some scenes were a little forced, but it was a good show. I've been enjoying that. Well, I've enjoyed it. It's over. I already watched all of it. You gotta be thankful for entertainment, right? It's passes the time. It passes it, makes you forget about all the other past Thanksgivings that were amazing. It's good to pass time. There's you could get that Halo Infinite multiplayer. It's free if you want to pass the time playing a very slow first person shooter game that you need decent teammates with. Video games are weird, as in playing with other people. Actually, everything is pretty weird. Like right now, I'm talking to myself, but I know that there's other people out there listening to this. We're currently live right now too, like millions of people, but it's still very strange to think about. You're like, what did I just do the past 4 or 5 hours? I was talking to this cylindrical, gigantic, long, juicy microphone. Well, let's listen to a voicemail. 917-719-5923. The phone lines are open if you want to call in and talk about something you're thankful for or something you're not thankful for. Or if you want to extend your car's insurance, 917-719-5923.
Hey, Nick, this is part 2. So to continue, the highest form of understanding is feeling it with your entire being and moving with it.
Being in the zone. I kind of agree. I do agree. You know, life is a very now type of thing. It's a now deal. It's about like remembering and doing something more exciting or rewarding next. Or I really don't know. What I do know is though that there is another voicemail here. 917-719-5923. Let's listen to this voicemail right here. Is this thing working?
Hello?
This is a strange voicemail.
Hello?
It's almost like it's a live call.
This is a live call.
Now it's kind of like it knew what I was going to say. This is the weirdest voicemail ever.
I know what you're going to say. This was the weirdest voicemail ever. So what are you experiencing?
Oh wait, is this live? I just heard an echo in the. Hello?
It's live.
Oh, what am I experiencing right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you happy for Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Am I happy for it?
Do you
I
have
guess, yeah, why
euphoria?
not? Because it's like another time, right? It's like,
Yeah, will you
Hey,
watch the
hello.
parade?
Hey, happy Thanksgiving
what
Eve,
the heck?
everyone in the sewer chat. Hey.
Isn't there like a sewer parade on Thanksgiving?
Is there a sewer parade on Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
If you make one, it'll happen.
Big turd floats, like, you know.
I don't know what's going on right now.
I was just stopping in to say hello, checking in on you. How you doing, Nick the Rat? Oh, hello from Spearfish. I buried the lead.
You buried the lead. Not for nothing. What does burying the lead? What is that? What is the origin of that?
Well, I think it stems from clickbaity kind of stuff, and I know that Dvorak mentions that a lot on No Agenda, and that's where the really juicy stuff and or important things about the story aren't mentioned at all in the title of the article or in the first couple paragraphs, but it is kind of offhanded mentioned at the very bottom of the article.
That's how you bury the lead?
Yeah, from my understanding of it.
You bury the lead. Under words.
Yeah.
You bury it under
Yeah, I didn't.
text.
I usually start off with "Hello from Spearfish" to let you know who I am, but I said other stuff first before I said that.
Wait, what?
I mean, I know that you can see the area code, and you probably know it's me calling when you see my number pop up, but
This is all filtered.
everyone
I don't
else,
see
they
anything.
can't see that.
There's a green light, and I press it, and there's a little treat that comes out, and then I start talking.
Oh, you get a little rat pellet every time you get a call?
Yeah, it's a little green pellet. You break it
Dude,
open.
that's awesome.
Put it in the
Oh,
vaporizer.
wonderful. Good for you. Hey, I hope you enjoy it.
It's good. Oh boy, it's midnight in the sewer. It's
Midnight
Thanksgiving.
in the sewer. Happy midnight in the sewer, everybody.
It's Thanksgiving, everybody.
For you, yeah. I'm still in the Dakotas. It's still only 10 p.m. here, but I'm still super happy for you. Was that a turkey sound I just heard?
Was that because? Hold on, I gotta read this other gas blast right here. This gas blast it really confused me. It was.
All right. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can figure this one out.
Last week I was in a Walmart and I saw Zindu clucking around like a chicken in the feminine products aisle. He was escorted out by the store's security, which were actually vigilantes wearing spandex. It was very odd. Okay, look. If anybody knows where Zindu is, and if he's turning into a giant turkey, just stay away from him. Do not let him bite you.
You know, it's funny. We have a big old Walmart outside of Spearfish, and every time I've gotten there,
like what you just described doesn't sound all that far off from just your average everyday midnight stroll through Walmart.
If you're ever in Walmart and you see an alien that has feathers, please call 917-709-5923.
Ooh, boy, you just docked yourself. You're gonna get tons of calls now. I think that happens almost every night. It's not just Zindu as a space alien turning into a turkey or any other kind of avian type species. It's kind of happens all the time. Yeah, they sound like that. It sounds just like that. It's great.
Caller, if you could turn a relative into a turkey and eat them at Thanksgiving dinner, would you?
No. I'm not a big fan of turkey meat.
What's a staple food for you?
I'll eat it when it's available, and I've known home cooks and restaurant cooks that can do really great stuff with that kind of meat, but that's not my favorite kind of meat. Now, had you said like beef or pork, that's some good eating there.
Number one food for Thanksgiving would be bacon?
For bacon?
Would you say bacon was the number one food for Thanksgiving? What food means Thanksgiving to you?
Thanksgiving for me, as far as like the perfect meat, is
deer.
Like,
I know somebody that has some deer meat.
I've had good deer meat, but it's sort of like how you prepare the meat. You got to make sure that you don't overcook it to the point where you've dried all the meat out. And that's why gravy and butter is always available on Thanksgiving, because that helps moisturize the meat if it's been overcooked a little bit. And it is better to overcook it than to undercook it, of course.
But I thought if you overcook it, it gets more carcinogens.
Well, sure, whatever. I mean,
from carboning it.
What?
Like if you
sorry, what are you trying to say?
If you toast your toast too toasty, it's not good for you, right? Like if you just had like black toast, like just like burnt to a crisp, that's not healthy, right?
Well, I mean, if you burn something, you're taking almost all of the stuff out of it.
Yeah, and you're just left with
and so if there's any nutritional value that was originally in the food that you were going to eat, but you way overcook it, most of that stuff burns out, kind of like how, how when you see footage of chefs that are sautéing stuff and you get that big fireball that bursts out of the frying pan?
I thought that was the chef farting.
Yeah. That kind of stuff. That caramelizes it, and what happens is usually the chef or the cook will throw a splash of some sort of wine or liquor into the sauté pan, and then they will do that flip, and then that will send that big ball of flame, and that fireball actually burns off the alcohol content in the food,
the gooey syrupy shit.
And then what happens with that is it caramelizes the pan, and it kind of locks in the really tasty flavor, but all of the alcohol content is gone.
What a waste!
And so you're sort of sacrificing alcohol in exchange for flavor, to put it crudely.
Can you do a Coors Banquet? Does that burn off? Can you make a Coors Banquet pig roast for Thanksgiving?
I mean, if you slow cook something with beer, slowly the alcohol cooks off, but the flavor from the beer actually infuses in with the meat.
What did you want? Some nice flank steak that tasted like Coors?
If it's done right by a professional, fuck yeah, that will still taste good. And but I think that a much more flavorful beer will infuse a lot more flavor into whatever meat you're infusing it with.
Oh, you mean like Zima?
I'm thinking about like sort of the local brews that you can stumble upon if you wander around enough. Like there's what was it called? There was a there's a local brewing company. We got three really good local breweries here in town, and one of them is Crow Peak Brewing, and they have a porter it's kind of their version of Guinness, like that kind of dark, but a lot more flavorful, and it's it's homemade right there, so it's more flavorful, and you can do a lot more stuff with cooking with that kind of beer, and you would get a much more rich flavor from that than if you used like Guinness, for example.
I like Guinness.
Oh, I do too. I'm not hating on Guinness at all. I think that's a fantastic beer. And like some of the there's an ice cream place that uses Crow Peak pile of dirt beer into one of their ice creams, and holy crap, that is a great tasting ice cream. It's and I don't think they'd get that same range of fullness of flavor and body from Guinness if they use that instead.
Do you think you could just take like a Guinness and put vanilla ice cream into it?
Yeah, that's called a Guinness float.
That's real?
And I've actually had one of those. I've actually had one of those ones. It wasn't at an establishment. I just I had a bucket of vanilla ice cream, and then I had a clean mug and a clean ice cream scoop, and then I had a can of Guinness, and then I added those together, and it was brilliant.
That sounds pretty good.
It foamed up a lot, though.
Well, yeah, one could imagine, but that's where the magic exists, in the foam.
Yeah. Oh, and you could clean up messes. That's pretty easy.
What? Caller,
hey, there's that turkey.
Caller, what are you thankful for, Caller?
Oh, I am actually really thankful for nature, because nature is just kind of in my backyard, even though I'm in an apartment building and I don't technically have a backyard or a front yard.
On.
But
you're in nature's backyard. Nature's not in your backyard.
Yeah. Basically, I'm like living in a human version of a rabbit hole in nature's backyard. Yeah.
Rabbit hole. There's a lot of sex happening in your house.
No, it happens everywhere. You can't stop it.
Sex? Is Thanksgiving
and
sex related at all? Is there any It's really not, though, because you eat a lot of food. You don't want to have. You don't want to do You don't want to have the deed. Do the deed while you're full of beer battered steak.
Well, I actually do have some thoughts on this. I think that in a lot of ways, Thanksgiving is mirroring the Norse festival of Yule, where they have big feasts where they eat a bunch of food, and it's to help them stock up food energy to survive a long, cold winter.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to eat a lot of food and then have a long, hot session.
Well, okay,
Maybe they would.
think
I don't know.
about so think about before modern times where we have central heating and a readily available food all year round. Before that, harvest is over in the fall, and then that's when we have a lot of feasts, and then we whatever we don't eat at that time when everything's fresh, we store it up and we preserve it for the long winter ahead. And that's also where a lot of people who are like ranchers and farmers and even other workers that were still doing stuff like outside, or miners, they're not gonna work nearly as much in the winter as they do in the spring and summertime months. And so there's a slowdown of work and productivity and physical activity. And so what you do in these festivals where you eat a lot is you're storing up energy and building up a little bit of body fat to combat against the cold and to sleep a lot more and not be nearly as active. And that's kind of what these festivals are based on. And that's why we eat a fuck ton of turkey, which has an enzyme in it that makes us all sleepy, because it's preparing us for a metaphorical sort of hibernation for the winter.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
Hell yeah, dude. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for phone operators.
Oh, yeah. They keep shit moving.
They do, because like if you don't have a phone operator, wait, what was that? I'm hearing some reverb. Did you hear that?
Ooh, that.
If you don't have, hello, caller. Did a turkey cut the line? Is it? If anybody knows where Zindu is, please email nick@nicktherat.com. Put Gas Blast in the title if you must. Or you could donate too. We should have probably thank some people this week. Yeah, let's thank some people. If you'd like to donate to this experience, go to nicktherat.com, click donate. Yeah, do that. Or you could go to the social button has the P.O. Box address, which is 90549 Brooklyn, New York, 11209. I did get something in the P.O. Box this week, and I'm mostly sure it's my doctor that sent me a check for 42 cents, which are always fun to cash. I like to build them up into a little fat stack. It makes me feel like I'm important. I stick it into the machine, and it says, you have $2 here. I'm like, yes. Yes. So let's thank some people that have donated today for this. Oh, wow. There's a few. November 18th. That's I miss Diane. She usually organizes all this for me. If you donate, I do not. I got an email from PayPal saying you didn't get your money. I guess somebody canceled. How is there an outstanding balance? They're donating. I'm not charging people for the content. Oh, I miss Diane. Let's see here. I read initials and the amount, and if there's any notes within, that's usually how I do the donations. We have LCI with 420. Thank you, LCI. You are amazing. I hope I'm thankful for you. I am. I hope you are thankful for other things as well. I hope your thanks are more thankful than your unthanks, because that would throw the balance off in a bad way. We have MA with 420. I am thankful for MA. Has opened up my eyes to many things. Thank you, MA. I could save $10 at Columbia. Is this a spam email? Is this real? Is this really from PayPal? What the hell is this? From Columbia, I could get some drugs or something? All right, that's like an advertisement. See, I usually have this all sorted out. We have JF with 669. That's very dirty, very sexual, much like the fletching maneuver. You know, let's look that up right here. What is fletching? If you have young adults, YAs, yas, if you have any yas in the room, you should get them out, like yo-yos. Let's see here. Fletching. And we're going to put that into Urban Dictionary, because I doubt it'll be in Wikipedia. Fletching, the action of cutting different types of wood in order to make archers' equipment, such as bows, arrows, and crossbows. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay. If you have sensitive ears, then you probably don't want to wear earbuds that go into your after anal sex, the dominant male sucks up all the semen and fecal matter. Why would there be fecal matter from the anus? I guess, whatever. There'll be some fecal matter, perhaps. Sloshes it around in his mouth and passes it back to the other person through a mouth-to-mouth kiss. Sucks up. Oh, okay. So you're doing the butt thing, and then you finish, and then you drink it up, and then I'll stick to Coors Banquet. Thank you. I didn't know Jonathan Fletcher from Hog Story came from such a noble lineage of. Let's thank some more people. John, I love you. Another $10 at Columbia. What is it? How dare they put advertisements into something that I'm using for business over here? Oh, we have a MAC with 420. Thank you, MAC. And then I could say get $10 off of Merrill. What the hell? MAC, thank you. You've been around for a while, MAC. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you have whatever you wanted to eat that day. Because I think eating stuff that day is very important. You should get whatever you want that day to eat. You should just eat it. Just fucking eat that shit. You want a donut? Do you want to get a donut? I was about to say, is Zindu on the line? I hear that. It's so weird. What is going on? We're gonna play some music right now. Thank you so much for doing. Wait, hold on. Let's see what the doctor sent here. Wait, no, that's not it. This is a NDA from the sewer scientist. A new weapon technology. I'll talk about it later. go. It's real. It's a real piece of paper, people. This is it's real. We're gonna open this up at 2:21. I like to open it up on camera in case it explodes. People will know how it went down. Good night, Tom. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you eat whatever you want. Let's see here. We got Sir Mike Roch. $4. No. 42. Four dimes and 2 pennies. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for donating. You are all. Even if you don't donate, you're still a lovely person as well. And if you donate, you're a little bit more lovely. Just slightly. Unless you donate a lot, then you're cheers to you. And also cheers to these artists on SoundCloud that let us listen to their music and share it and have cultural eargasms together as a group. You know, I kind of want to join a choir. I think doing a group activity with like hundreds of people in a synchronistical way is probably very rewarding in like a religious experience type of way. It's probably a good feeling. Also, listening to Zombie Fish doing Enjoy the Silence is a good feeling too. We'll be right back.
Like violence, break the silence, come crashing into my little world. Painful to me, pierce right through me. Can't you understand? Oh, my little girl. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. Can only do harm. Vows are spoken to be broken. Feelings are intense, words are trivial. Pleasures remain, so does the pain. Words are meaningless and forgettable. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm.
Caller, I know you're there, caller.
How do you know?
I have psychic powers.
Is it, how did you attain them?
Smoking a lot of I don't know. I think they were just innate dreams. They just they're in your brain, right? Everything's in the brain.
Do you have visions?
I've had visions before, yeah. And I'm usually happy
Well-
when I'm wrong.
Were they frightening or?
Well, visions are usually bad to have because they usually are following like a stereotype. Like if you see a person wearing a potato sack that says Idaho on it, and there's still celery inside of the potato sack, you know that you should invite them over for Thanksgiving because it's going to be a fun time.
Well, he's got celery. I think that's a good base to any stuffing.
If you got celery, that's part of the Holy Trinity, isn't it? It's
Mm-hmm.
carrot, celery, and garlic.
Onions.
Onions. There you go. I like to put. Do you ever put peanut butter in a celery stalk?
I used to. I don't do that as much anymore. When they put ants on it, and it would be, or no, excuse me.
Ants?
You put raisins on it. You put raisins on it, and then it was ants on a log.
That's. I don't know. I guess
Maybe that's
that
where
would
people
go
got
for.
the idea to eat ants. You know.
Well, it's
Because of the
that's
whole
just
ants on a log.
Maybe that was like the government trying to sneak in and say, "Hey, you guys are gonna eat bugs. Let's teach the kids about this." Kind of like ashes to ashes, we all fall down.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
ants on a log. We're gonna eat some
Yep.
bugs.
Prepping them to eat peppery ants.
Peppery ants. But why are they setting us up for failure? So they could stay in control?
I don't know. You think it's just some sort of dumb experiment? They just want to see the results.
Or do you think
Like
that they think that they're
Tuskegee?
right? Do you think that like they actually think they're just delusional and they're
You can always
powerful?
go back to Tuskegee all the time. Although it was directed at black people, but they would probably love to do that to the whole citizenry, just to see what happens.
Well, insurance is a scam. It's very strange. I think Adam was right. Lawyers will save us. They're the only people that are fighting
Constitutional
for the law. And I think that's why we were conditioned to think lawyers were snakes and crappy people that should all be killed.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of crappy lawyers out there, though, that are scumbags.
There's a lot of crappy scumbag people out there.
Out there, yeah, in general.
But with lawyers, they could fight. They kind of have like duels, right? Like, and the good ones come out on top, and the bad ones.
Like pugilistic.
The problem is you can't like test lawyers very often. Well, I guess you could if you look for lawyers for like certain things, but like how do you know if you're getting a good lawyer for your situation?
And usually it's word of mouth recommendations. And then there's a crap ton of ads on TV.
1-800-lawyer. It's like IKEA.
Lawyer.
That's the scariest thing about life. I think that we live in an existence where advertisements matter more than actually like helping somebody.
Yeah, I would say that. I think there's a lot of, I don't know, just seems like a lot of propaganda in ads too nowadays.
A lot of sugar coating with lies.
Sugar-coating.
Sugar coated with lies.
And in a foil package for your convenience.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to retain a lawyer?
No. I think I had one appointed to me by the state. And they just said
okay.
they just said like it was for like a marijuana possession thing. It was like a 3-strike deal.
Okay.
So I was like, they were just like, just say you're guilty. It doesn't fucking. We're just don't come back here for like 3 months. You're fine. I'm like, all right, guilty. So the lawyers, there's gonna be lawyers there because there's like losers like me that are just like a two-minute job that they probably get paid off. Like they probably get paid for that. Just have to do some paperwork. Like, yeah, I helped this Nick the Rat say he was guilty and then leave the building. I don't know, like $100 or something. I don't know how that much they make.
So the court system's just a total money grab, I think,
But we're all in it though. Like juries are your peers. You're the jury, right?
Yeah, I've been on a jury before.
So it's that's not like a money grab, other than the fact that you get paid. They're like, oh, we pay you, and it's like you get like $5 or some shit.
My employer covered up the rest of whatever I would normally get paid for the week.
Well, yeah, there's
get
probably
some sort of
tax
break.
incentives and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, did
But
you pay for anybody's jury
was
duty? Yes, we did. Okay, here's a fucking boatload of paperwork for you.
It was a domestic abuse case, and I pretty much thought I had said everything that he would not want to set me on the jury, but I got set on the jury. We went to lunch and we came back, and the girlfriend refused to take the stand and didn't want to press charges, so got out of there with half a day. Right after that, and I was like, is that my time served? Is that my time? Does that count?
You're going, I'm thankful for jury duty. It lets me meet my fellow citizens and learn about the fucking shenanigans. Like, wow, this construction company was doing what to you? How'd they get this far in life?
Yeah, there's a lot of cases that are a lot of crooked businessmen. Just like you said, there's crookedness everywhere.
But what if the people doing it don't know that they're crooked? Like, I'm sure there's
I've thought about that before.
I really didn't know that if I built the house.
Do you think they rationalize it in their mind?
Yeah, they just don't know. You've done stupid stuff in your life, haven't you? Like, I'm thankful that I haven't done anything too stupid in my life.
Say it again.
You've done stupid stuff in your life.
Nothing that's landed me in a court of law.
But a little bit like you picked up you drank iced tea and you thought it was soda, and then you farted because it wasn't what you thought it was. I'm stretching it, okay? Jeez.
I do like iced tea, I will say.
You ever drink something when you're expecting it to be something else?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the strangest experience?
Yeah, pretty much. Most times it's like somebody's drink that they're like, here, taste this.
What does this taste like? Then your brain starts going through like a Rolodex.
Well, it's got like so much booze in it that it's like, huh.
Like
just a splash of whatever.
Drinking paint thinner from a pickle jar gown? I guess that would. If you thought it was pickle juice and it was paint thinner, that'd be a real kick to the gob.
Yeah,
That'd be gobsmacking.
do you think you'd get thinner?
Yeah, pretty quickly. Maggots could eat a lot. Caller, do you watch
Yes.
TV? Do you watch television shows?
I do.
What
was
is
the one you just mentioned?
Midnight Mass?
Midnight Mass. Someone told me Black Mirror. Is that a...
Black Mirror is like 20 years old now, but sure.
Yeah. I never watched it.
You're late to the game. It starts
I know.
off good.
Well, you can't watch it all. I mean, geez, there's so much crap out there.
You could. Well, what's the last thing you've seen?
What do I watch? I'm
And One Flew
kinda
Over the
lame.
Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh no, I watched King Richard.
King Richard. Is that like fletching?
No, it's the story of Venus and Serena Williams' dad.
Oh, with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was all right. I don't know. It was all right. Something to watch, I guess. It had a little bit of wokeness in it.
Was it better than Forrest Gump?
No.
Is that movie like that? I didn't see that movie, but I could just imagine it being like a Forrest Gump movie, like a redemption story for a character or something. I have no idea.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the dad was kind of stern on what he wanted his daughters to do, and
well, it paid off. Do they hate him?
Does it
end off with them hating him? Like you fucking asshole. You made us famous and rich.
Because I mean, I remember him when they were playing in those big tournaments. He was always like up on the stands, jumping around with the sign and stuff. So it's kind of, I'm sure he's proud.
Well, he's proud, but do they like him?
Oh yeah, yep, yeah.
Okay,
I believe so. I think. I don't know.
Well, I guess you would have to add.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's like some of the other situations out there with parents that push their kids.
Imagine if your parents were like, they pushed you into the military. I'm sure that happens a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're like a lifetime military family.
You're very lucky. Maybe you should keep rolling the dice and on the edge. Like, give your life away. You'll come back. It'll be better. Could be.
Do you think I'm
sure it works out for some people.
Yeah. I think, if you, the whole time you're in the military, you don't get paid crap, but I think your pension when you retire, if you're a lifetime military guy, you get quite a bit.
You get to travel a lot, right? It's very strange because it's not that much money, and it's like you're like quote unquote guaranteed a job, but are you really?
The pay is not much. It's a hair above, probably prison wages.
Just the word pension sounds good, though.
Depends, though, what you do. If you're a specialized person in the military, you get to make a lot of money.
Well, if you're specialized in anything, do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think education can really change who a person is? Do you think if you were had more or less education, it would affect how much you do or do not know currently? Or do you think you would just gravitate to it without having to be forced into it? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's just definitely certain avenues that education opened up in my life, but I also like to educate myself. on different topics that I'm interested in,
Do you think if you
But-
weren't forced by the person educating you, you would have found? Yeah, I don't know. It's. I'm working on that question still. It's a work in progress. Pension. Is it cold where you live, caller?
Mm-hmm.
It got cold over
Sorry,
here
I'm
recently.
I'm smoking a cigar and I got a heater on out in my garage.
Do you have a humidor?
No, just a heater. Blazing red, blowing at me.
What kind of
It was like
cigar?
40.
Is it like a big old
Yeah.
thick one or a?
It was a big one. It was a Alec Bradley Tempest.
Those shit's
I
gonna
think.
burn for a long time.
It was a Churchill, so it actually burned kind of quick. I don't know.
Oh,
Sucking a lot of wind.
I used to work with this person. I don't want to say their name, but they were cool. But they were also pretty annoying. They were very just like an annoying but a decent person. And they would get me to hang out with them by smoking cigars with them. And he would give me these expensive cigars that would burn for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
So we would just be in the middle of like Manhattan on the street talking because I was like, all right, yeah, I'll enjoy a cigar with you. It's like, you're a little bit of a annoying dude, but you're not bad. Let's enjoy.
And you're smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
The cigar is making you tolerable.
And people like, because if you're walking down the street and somebody's blowing cigar smoke in your face, it might not be the most
Do
pleasant
people get
thing.
all? Do they get all uppity in New
a little
York
bit,
about
a
it?
little flustered. I could understand that a little bit, but not really. So you smell all kind
There's
of weird.
probably old guys. There's probably old guys back in the day on every corner smoking a cigar in New York.
There's a lot more people smoking weed out here now, which is legal.
Oh well, yeah, I smell it everywhere here when you're driving, which is kind of
I
a
love
little
that
bit scary.
sweet smell. It always makes me say, "Ooh, that
But-
smells good."
Comes in through your heater vents when you're driving. I always try to spot the guy who's doing it, or whoever's doing it, looking around cars and stuff.
And then you look in the rearview mirror and you see that it's you. Whoa!
Damn it! Busted again. No, I'm very anti-distraction when I drive.
Yeah, it's driving could be fun. I like driving.
Music's fine, but smoking weed and music would probably be a little bit too much.
Actually, no, it's not. It's really if you're it's much better
As long
than
as you're not driving.
It's much better than alcohol. I'll tell you that. Alcohol is no good to do
Oh yeah,
while
that's
you're driving.
true.
Weed while you're
Yeah,
driving, you might just be more cautious, which
Mellow.
could be dangerous as well.
Yeah.
You should not drive under the influence, but of anything. But yeah, alcohol's worse.
Exponentially.
Very much so. Yeah. Are you gonna eat some turkey tomorrow, caller, or today?
Yep.
Are you gonna use a beer on it? You gonna beer up your turkey?
No, because we're going over a family friend's house and she's making the entire meal.
And they don't like beer.
Oh no, they like beer.
So I've never
one.
had a beer dunked turkey either. So I don't know.
Turkey. Well, they got those stands that you can put them on, and then you
Stick the can up their
put
ass.
the beer can up the butt. Beer can butt chicken or beer can butt turkey. What will you eat tomorrow?
I'm gonna have some salmon.
Mm.
Pesto
That's good.
pesto covered salmon. Yeah, I'm like a pescatarian.
Do you know what variety of salmon it is?
Wild caught Atlantic, I think.
Okay. Okay. Is it really pink?
It's pretty pink.
Okay. Atlantics are usually really pink.
It's annoyingly pink, and it's a fillet. It's a fillet, so there's a little bit of bone going on there too. It's so weird. Like you cook fish bone and then they disappear. It's
Well, those you might have pin bones in there, and you got to take them out.
well, yeah, you just gotta be a
Sometimes,
little
but usually-
careful sometimes, when you're eating fish.
Usually, that's when you got a steak that they're still in there.
Wild caught.
Are you preparing it yourself?
Yeah, it's prepared. We got some pesto sauce in a sack, and we threw that salmon in there, and we're just gonna throw it in the oven for like 15 minutes, and you're good.
We have sides, or
Well, yeah, I drink a lot of beer, so my sides are getting bigger and bigger.
we have like a potato or a vegetable.
There's what is that, Diane? What is that called? That green ball?
Matt.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, some Brussels sprouts and salmon with pesto sauce. Sadly, no mashed potatoes.
No mashed potatoes.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And stuffing is hard to do because most stuffing has like meat flavoring or meat inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Very hard to get like a meat-free stuffing. Just bread.
You could make your own.
You just rip bread up and throw some hot water on it.
You'd use
It's like
a vegetable
croissants.
broth to cook
Get
it
some
in. 'Cause usually, I
croissants
think they
and heat them up.
they cook it in like a chicken stock, chicken broth.
Yeah, but I'm a pescatarian. I had to put it into fish broth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, fish broth or
Ugh.
or
Water with
vegetable broth.
Actually, yeah, you could do that. That'd be cool. Some onion and celery. The Trinity. Throw the Trinity in that.
Oh, what about dessert though? Gotta have dessert.
Weed and pussy. It's
Delicious. Don't forget the whipped cream.
Yeah, avoid the whipped cream during that exercise.
Well, the weed avoid the whipped cream, but the pussy you probably could bring the whipped cream with you.
It's not, if you're nicely waxed, maybe you don't want hair and whipped cream. Anyway, this is. I think we're a little bit. I think we have to listen to some music right here. Caller, I'm very drunk.
I'm not even drunk yet.
Are you going to be awake for a while?
Oh yeah.
Well, I just want to say right now that I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Oh crap, we got cut off right there. Diane, why does it always cut off when people say good stuff about me? We could you can call me back a little bit later, but first we have to play. Noctive with City Lights.
after Derek and I got married, one night, this other Derek appears in our bed. The real Derek is lying down next to me. Other Derek sits right up out of him. It startled me. I knew that was not Derek. And so I asked this critter, "Who are you?" Because he clearly wanted to have sexual relations. And he said, "Come on, I'm your husband." I said, "Who are you?" And he had the nerve to claim to be Ahasuerus, Xerxes. Well, other Derek seriously wanted to invite me to use my free will to do something that was going to pull me away from God. So this last time, I knew he was really desperate. And I asked him again, "Who are you?" He told me the same answer, and I said, "I am not going with you." This was an internal dialogue. Finally, I said, "I've had enough." In my mind, I reached up. I grabbed his face, and I said, "You are a liar, and Jesus is real." And I pulled that face off, and beneath it was a reptile. And he had little creatures with him this time. He brought these little halfling creatures, and they looked like, I don't know, gargoyles. They were very reptilian as well. So beneath that face of Derek was a reptilian serpentine creature, probably similar to what was visiting the Anasazi.
This is the Peter Pan story, roughly speaking. Peter Pan is this magical boy. Pan is the god of everything, roughly speaking, right? And so it's not an accident that he has the name Pan. And he's the boy that won't grow up. And he's magical. Well, that's because children are magical. They can be anything. They're nothing but potential. And Peter Pan doesn't want to give that up. Why? Well, he's got some adults around him, but the main adult is Captain Hook. Well, who the hell wants to grow up to be Captain Hook? First of all, you've got a hook. Second, you're a tyrant. And third, you're chased by the dragon of chaos with a clock in its stomach, right? The crocodile. It's already got a piece of you. Well, that's what happens when you get older. Time has already got a piece of you. And eventually, it's got a taste for you. And eventually, it's going to eat you. And so Hook is so traumatized by that he can't help but be a tyrant. And then Peter Pan looks at traumatized Hook and says, "Well, no, I'm not sacrificing my childhood for that." So that's fine, except he ends up king of the Lost Boys. In Neverland, well, Neverland doesn't exist, and who the hell wants to be king of the Lost Boys? And he also sacrifices the possibility that he'll have a real relationship with a woman, because that's Wendy, right? And she's kind of conservative, middle-class, London-dwelling girl. She wants to grow up and have kids and have a life. She accepts her mortality. She accepts her maturity. Peter Pan has to content himself with Tinkerbell. She doesn't even exist. She's like the fairy of porn. She doesn't exist. She's the substitute for the real thing. And so, but the dichotomy that you're talking about is very tricky, because there's a sacrificial element in maturation, right? You have to sacrifice the pluripotentiality of childhood for the actuality of a frame. And the question is, well, why would you do that? Well, one reason is it happens to you whether you do it or not. You can either choose your damn limitation, or you can let it take you unaware when you're 30, or even worse, when you're 40. And then that is not a happy day. And I see people like this, and I think it's more and more common in our culture, because people can put off maturity without suffering an immediate penalty. But all that happens is the penalty accrues, and then when it finally hits, it just wallops you. Because when you're 25, you can be an idiot. It's no problem. Even when you're out in a job search, it's like, well, you don't have any experience and you're kind of clueless. It's, yeah, you're young, it's no problem. That's what young people are like, but they're full of potential. Okay, well, now you're the same person at 30. It's like people aren't so thrilled about you at that point. It's like, what the hell have you been doing for the last 10 years? Well, I'm just as clueless as I was when I was 22. It's, yeah, but you're not 22. You're an old infant. right? And that's an ugly thing, an old infant. So part of the reason you choose your damn sacrifice, because the sacrifice is inevitable, but at least you get to choose it. And then there's something that's even more complex than that in some sense, is that the problem with being a child is that all you are is potential, and it's really low resolution. You could be anything, but you're not anything. I think universities facilitate it, because you can go to university to not be something instead of going to university to be something. And it's Pleasure Island. And the price you pay for it, especially in the US, is debt. And you're enticed into it because the administrators can pick your pocket. So they rob your future self while allowing you to pretend that you have an identity, right? Very nasty. And you can't declare bankruptcy with your student loans in the US. It's indentured servitude. And it's precisely Pleasure Island. It's exactly that. And so tuition fees have shot way out of control. And part of the reason that universities don't make more demands on their students and let them get away with all the things they let them get away with is because they're basically, why the hell would you chase them out? They're $100,000 or more. So they can do whatever they want as long as you get to sell them to the salt mines. So then you go and you adopt an apprenticeship, roughly speaking, and then at least you become something. And when you're something, that makes the world open up to you again.
Craft for about 10 years. And I'd worked in all sorts of places, all over Europe in different languages, singing, acting, sweeping the stage, working in rep, working in the theatre. In other words, learning, something that sadly, few young actors and actresses are prepared to do these days. So many of them are stars before they even make their first film. And you know when you look at them on the screen that they are looking in a mirror, absolutely in a mirror. And it's beginning of a lifelong romance. And their hand is out underneath the mirror, out of shot. Because that's what they want, rich. To be rich and famous immediately, which is terribly sad and extremely dangerous. The most dangerous thing that a young actor or actress can do is to believe their own publicity. Because shelf life, 10 years. If you're a star at 20 or 22 or 3 or 4. If you haven't got it. If you've got it, if you've got the right instincts, the right imagination, the right powers of invention, if you have something behind you, some sort of foundations of experience and versatility, that's fine. You will go on. You will last. But if you haven't, and the majority has not got these qualities, and you always play the same part basically, or slight variations on it, and that's all you can do, you'll be through in 10 years or even 5, when the public will eventually say, well, you know, they're always doing the same thing. And the moment that happens, it's the beginning of the end. You start at the top of the ladder. There's only one way to go.
And so all these concerns a few weeks ago, there'd not be ample food available for Thanksgiving. So many people talked about that, understandably. But families can rest easy. Grocery stores are well stocked with turkey and everything else you need for Thanksgiving. And the major retailers I mentioned have confirmed that their shelves will be well stocked in stores this holiday season.
Does it send to the middle-class Americans President Biden says that he's trying to help, who are struggling this week to cover the cost of the most expensive Thanksgiving ever, that the president is going to take a few days off at a billionaire's compound in Nantucket?
Well, first I would say, I don't know if you've cooked a turkey before, but a 20-pound turkey is a pretty big turkey. I think we can all agree. They're about $1 more. So not to minimize that, any increase in prices is something the president is concerned about, as is evidenced by his announcement today and as his efforts to push forward on additional relief for the American people. But I just want to be clear that there are abundance of turkeys available. They're about $1 more for a 20-pound bird, which is a huge bird if you're feeding a very big family. And that's something that, again, we've been working to make sure people have more money in their pockets to address it as the economy is turning back on.
PayPal and Zelle. And Etiquette experts are a little mixed on this, but you could ask everybody to just throw in cash, $5, $10. That really adds up. And while we are on the topic of something that could be controversial, perhaps forego the turkey. Bear with me. Ooh. I know that is the staple of the Thanksgiving meal. However, some people think turkey is overrated, and so it tends to be the most expensive thing on the table. Maybe you do an Italian feast instead. And I will say this. If you tell everyone you're having a Thanksgiving without turkey, some guests may drop off the list, and that's a way to cut costs, too.
A little turkey hot
I'm not
dogs, maybe.
recommending
Change it up
it.
a little
I'm just
bit.
keep the pie.
Patient who, due to chemotherapy, spent most of his time vomiting until he discovered that marijuana controlled the vomiting. And under Proposition 215, the initiative passed by the voters of California, he had a legal right to the marijuana. So he started growing marijuana plants in his yard, and he was growing quite a few of them because he wanted to distribute it to other sufferers from those diseases. And he also wanted to find which strains were best for which purposes, which are best for controlling nausea, which was his problem, which are best for controlling pain, which is the problem with a lot of people, with muscular sclerosis and post-polio, etc. They busted him, and the judge forbade Pete Williams' lawyer to say in court that the voters of California had voted to give him the right to use marijuana to treat his illness. They couldn't even mention that to the jury. If the jury didn't know it, they didn't find it out in the courtroom. It was not considered a legitimate defense. The people have no rights anymore. The SOG decides for us. We just obey. The judge had to meditate a long time on the sentence because Peter was going to die in a year or two anyway, so any sentence would amount to a death sentence. But judges have to do things according to the rules. We had to read parole reports and all sorts of reports, this and that, and meditate deeply on how many years you're going to give this guy in prison, in a prison hospital, and in the 1 or 2 years he had left of life. And during that time, while the judge was meditating, he forbade Peter to use the marijuana anymore to control the nausea.
I'm doing great, Lisa.
Glad to hear that.
Whoa.
At Delaware BPO, we handle your company's incoming and outgoing customer calls at a very cheap rate.
Whoa.
So if you are interested to hire us, please say yes.
Yes? Oh, why did they hang up so quick? Can I call them back? It's bullshit. It's like, hey, do you want this? Yes, I do want this. And then they hang up. Let's call this number back.
Check your number and dial again.
Oh, okay. How is this legal? How is it legal to call me, offer me a service, I agree to it, and then you just disconnect?
From those diseases. And he also wanted to find which strains were best for which purposes, which are best for controlling nausea, which was his problem, which are best for controlling pain, which is the problem with a lot of people, with muscular sclerosis and post-polio, etc. They busted him, and the judge forbade Pete Williams' lawyer to say in court that the voters of California had voted to give him the right to use marijuana to treat his illness. They couldn't even mention that to the jury. If the jury didn't know it, they didn't find it out in the courtroom. It was not considered a legitimate defense. The people have no rights anymore. The SOG decides for us. We just obey. The judge had to meditate a long time on the sentence because Peter was going to die in a year or two anyway, so any sentence would amount to a death sentence. But judges have to do things according to the rules. We had to read parole reports and all sorts of reports, this and that, and meditate deeply on how many years you're going to give this guy in prison, in a prison hospital, and in the 1 or 2 years he had left of life. And during that time, while the judge was meditating, he forbade Peter to use the marijuana anymore to control the nausea. So Peter went back to vomiting all day long in the bathroom, and he finally choked on his own vomit and died. And when I tell people we got a czarist government, they look at me like I'm a little bit peculiar. All they got to do is read a novel by Dostoevsky or Turgenev, and they'll see the government we've got right now is the government the Russians had in the 19th century.
Well, what about, like, for example, the fact that our government is elected and the czars were never elected? It seems like a pretty big difference.
Yeah, it sure does, until you look at the matter a little more closely. Jim Hightower, who was a Democratic politician until a few years ago, now he's in the Green Party. He has published a list of about 30 corporations that have each donated $500,000 to both Gore and Bush. So both Gore and Bush owe about $30 million to big corporations before they get elected. This is to finance their campaigns. It costs well over $100 million to run a campaign for president now. I don't know how much. It was $100 million in the 80s. By now it's probably up to $300 million. Anyway, a large part of this comes from all the major corporations. So whichever one of them gets elected, they're in the bag to these big corporations already. They wouldn't even get to the convention if they didn't have that money from those big corporations. So what we got is what the Honorable Senator Pettigrew said when he resigned from the Senate in 1898, a government of the corporations, by the corporations, for the corporations. And Lincoln's dream of a government of the people, by the people, for the is a noble dream, and I'd love to see it realized, but we don't have anything remotely like that. When the people can't even make their own laws through the initiative process anymore, the last straw of democracy has been destroyed.
Now, you say the ideals have been lost, or the ideas in the Declaration of Independence. Do you think that freedom in America compares unfavorably to, say, freedom 40 or 50 years ago?
Oh, very definitely.
Hey, turkeys. If you go to the grocery store and you stand in front of the lunch meat section for too long, you start to get pissed off at turkeys. You see like turkey ham, turkey pastrami, turkey bologna. Somebody needs to tell the turkeys, man, just be yourself. I already like you, little brother. You do not need to emulate the other animals. You got your own thing going. I used to draw you. You know, if you had a couple fingers missing, you would draw a screwed up turkey. That turkey was in an accident.
Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more.
But I'm thinking Thanksgiving has to be like the worst day ever for Native Americans, right? It should be called like woulda, coulda, shoulda day for them. They had all the white people right there in Plymouth. They had their chance. I'm thinking their shaman was like canceled his vision quest so he could have dinner with them and drink mead with the pilgrims. Because if he'd have known what was coming, the turkey wouldn't have been the only thing dead at that Thanksgiving dinner. It would have been really bad. And another thing that gets me upset is that there they were in Plymouth. Cape Cod Bay is right there, full of lobster. We could be eating lobster for Thanksgiving every year. But no, there was some jackass who said, hey, let's go eat that giant scrotum-headed chicken over there. Sorry. The one that sounds like your wife nagging at you? And in their infinite wisdom, they picked the one animal that makes us sleepy when we eat it. That's great for all of those of you that want to avoid football or talking to the relatives, or that one relative we also want to avoid that eats the giblets. Because I'm pretty sure that person would eat me if we were stuck in traffic too long together. That is my time, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Eat a Barbie as a son. 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 Eat a Barbie as a son.
Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, didn't do your job. Berg is the name, been bullet in the chain. 20 for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, didn't do your job. Berg is the name, been bullet in the chain. 20 for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, didn't do your job. Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, check you and me, and do your job. Let's see plain Jane.
Ride with the mashallah. Check you with me, into your job. Patty plain Jane. Ride with the mashallah. Check you with me, into your job. Patty plain Jane.
Biggie vibes, give me the loot. I'm a classy millionaire. Bitches ain't got the couth. COUTH, cause you can't spell it either. If I call him, then he coming home, running Derek Jeter.
Your bikini chain, rest in peace of my superior. Hermes, like a feed a village in Liberia. TMZ, taking pictures, causing my hysteria. Mama see me all bleed, head start tearing up.
I'ma explain why you probably never see me. I push a Lamborghini, church on magic like Houdini. My body shaped like genie, booty dreamy, waist is teeny. Yes, I told him to get titles, so he's dreamy when he leave me.
Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, and do your job. Berg is the name, bullet in the chain. 20 for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, and do your job. Berg is the name, bullet in the chain. 20 for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, and do your job. Prezi plain Jane. Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check you and me, and do your job. Let's see plain Jane.
Ride with the mashallah. Check you with me, into your job. Patty plain Jane. Ride with the mashallah. Check you with me, into your job. Patty plain Jane. Eat a Barbie as a son. 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 Eat a Barbie as a son.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Warmy. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that was nice. It's not my birthday though, but
I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady comes by.
oh yeah.
Oh me.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
I hope the little lady comes by.
Oh my. That's yeah. Those theater troupe kids, you gotta watch out for. It's I have a lot to say, but I don't want to say it. So we're gonna just go straight to a phone call here. Let's bring somebody up on the board, on the big board. Hello, caller. How are you?
Same as last time we talked, Nick the Rat.
Really?
How are you?
I
Oh
am.
yeah,
Older.
Are you over? That's a good
Older,
mood to be
and
in.
more wiser. Older and wiser.
Older and wiser. That is what we should all strive to be, you know?
I'm not a bud wiser. I am old and wiser.
Yeah. But when you take a poo-poo, you still have to be kind of a butt wiper.
Butt wiper and the poo-poo.
But, you know, that's just how you do it.
It's Saturday night. Do do do. See, this is how we do. Caller.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thankful for Thanksgiving? Thanksgivings.
Oh, I am thankful for the rare kind of magic that I really believe in as a logical and reasonable human being. Now, do you know what that entails?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
Okay, so when most people bring up the word magic, they think of a wizard or a witch with the cauldron, the broomstick. No. I'm not talking about that. Magic is a lot more subtle and yet a lot more special than that. Nick the Rat, have you ever heard a song or a performance that was so beautiful that it sent goosebumps up your spine?
Yes. What's her name? Sia?
That's magic, dude!
The goosebumps.
That's magic.
Well, yeah, ASMR. ASMR sends up the goosebumps. You get the goosebumps with
Absolutely.
the audio.
And why was it able to do that? Because it was beautiful and masterfully crafted.
So when you tickle the senses, is that considered to be magic?
It's not just about tickling the nerve endings.
Why not though?
Just
Like, what about
right.
your ears,
There's
your
a lot more
eyes,
nuance
your
to
nose
it.
and throat?
Have you ever? Okay, let me take it to a different thing. Have you ever heard a story that touched the core to your being so much that you think about it like all the time?
Kind of like an epiphany.
Okay, you're a big Star Wars fan or Star Trek fan, right?
I love Star Trek Wars.
Of course, yes. We've talked about this before. Dave Ortiz will remember that I, Stillwater, am a Star Wars fan, while Nick the Rat is a Star Trek fan.
I like Star Wars.
And that's why
I like Star Wars
we
too.
get along so well. Yeah.
Star Wars is fine. There was a couple good episodes.
But anyway,
of it.
What I'm getting at is if you have a favorite episode of Star Trek, or if you really like a Star Wars movie, or it can be anything. It can be an episode of The Twilight Zone, or a short story you read, or anything. If there is a beautiful story that you read when you were young, and you've read or heard it when you were older, and it still had that same kind of impact on you, that's also magic.
Star Wars is bound by Skywalker, though.
It depends. There are some great Star Wars stories that are set in the Old Republic that don't include any of the Skywalkers that have been great. And the best example would be Knights of the Old Republic, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what real magic is. So let me take you to, my wheelhouse, food. Have you ever had a mother or a grandmother or some kind of relative or close personal friend that when you were a kid, they made your favorite food and they were the only ones that could make that favorite food for you when you were a kid? I might have put that kind of confusingly. Are you there, Nick the Rat? Hello? Well, okay. Then I will leave you with this. Real magic is the subtle things. It comes in through the world of the subtle and the unique and the unnoticeable. And it's always beautiful, and that's what real magic is. I'll leave with that. Anyway, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, y'all. I love y'all. Bye bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Warren. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Wormy!
Once again, the dark sewer scientists figured it out. They combined two of the greatest things in history and created one new thing. And the new thing is better by at least 4 or 5 times the other two things. It's exponential. It's huge. They figured, why not turn your dosing time into a dessert time? Recently, our scientist came across some of the most potent LSD-filled medication ever seen by man. They gave me some before I had to do this announcement, and let me tell you, this new formula is going to be saving lives. It's incredible. It also comes in a snow cone form. Oh man. So basically, it's a medicated snow cone. It'll help you for, if you're seeing devils in your head, you're gonna see elves. You're gonna see elves instead of devils, and you're gonna see colors like, whoa. You're gonna be really happy, you're gonna be seeing elves, and you're gonna be seeing colors, man. I'm serious, this is some of the best stuff I've ever even, oh man, if they ever offered me this again, I'd so grab some. Oh boy, these dark sewer scientists are figuring out the key that can unlock the meaning of life, I think. I don't know how they're gonna sell this stuff yet. I don't know if it's FDA approved, so I can't really say it's for sale. But they gave me some, and now I'm feeling pretty good about eating your face. Dark sewer snow cone medication coming to a sewer near you. Order now, 917-719-5923.
Monsignor, no!
With the swiftness of a deadly cosmic ray, the Earth is invaded by indestructible moon monsters. Their ghastly mission, death for all humans. What astounding technical developments are being made to protect mankind? Robot Monster brings you an actual preview of the devastating forces of our future. Unsuspected revelations of incredible horrors that will terrify you with their brutal reality.
There is no escape from me. Very well. I will recalculate. Your death will be indescribable. Fool humans, there is no escape.
I know there's a lot that I'm missing. I'm missing names, I'm missing times and places. I have these experiences that I remember, that I recall, that just happened. They sometimes correspond with places. I guess smells do it too. Where is Hindu? Oh well. While we wait, let's listen to Peace Walker with Drowned. We should also thank some people in the Twitch. First, to watch poker, subscribed, and Josio followed, and Ducky, 31 months, 3 hours ago. Thank you, Ducky. And Dark Van, 2 hours ago, was banned from sewer chat forever, ever, and ever. Goodbye, Dark Fam. I love you. Shared experience of good feelings and love and warmth, and together we're not going to get very far, but it's going to feel really well. And happy Thanksgiving. So fast. It feels like it's flying by. But it's better than not moving at all. And you get stuck and it sucks. And you gotta deal with that shit. Fuck it. Let's go. Have a good night, Stillwater. Sleep well. I think we have a something happening here. What's going on over here? Where's the mouse? There's Hello, caller.
Hello, Nicholas.
Can you lower your radio?
It's on the floor already.
I was getting a little. It's getting a little
I
feedback.
can take it to the
Well,
basement.
Yeah, take it to the
Quieter there.
Take it to the basement.
Could be alone.
Take it to the basement.
All right. I didn't lower the radio, but I did the next best thing. I come outside.
I come outside of my pants because it gets sticky in there.
Yeah, it gets cold quick too.
Pulling apart grilled cheese.
Like pulling apart a grilled cheese.
Whoa, was that
The
your
ex-girlfriend of mine,
is that your brother
vagina.
or your lover or a good friend?
That is my brother, but I do love him, but not in that way.
So it's a brother that you love her. Yeah, cool.
You're not the first person who's asked, but that's beside the point. Hey, Nick.
That's my name.
We're gonna do a shot. Does anybody want to do a shot with us?
I'm down. I love doing shots.
Good. Awesome.
Cheers.
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 To the sewer.
Yeah.
Cheers. Were you guys always good friends, or did you have like were you not friends for a while?
I don't know. Pretty much I've always been friends.
Your
we've
brother
had,
your
know,
brother sounds
we-
younger
life
than you.
has-
You sound
we've
like
lived through
you're
life.
10 years older than your brother.
Hey,
What?
I'm a couple years older.
10 years. Yeah, it does sound kind of older, doesn't it? Yeah.
Because cigarettes are good for
Yeah,
you.
yes, cigarettes are good for you.
And meth. Meth's good for you, too. It helps to decongest you from the cigarette.
Is there anything you wish you didn't teach your younger brother?
I don't know.
You don't know? You must have told him something that you're like, fuck, I should.
Probably not. I mean, he was going to figure it all out anyway. And
True.
hell.
Very true. It helps to have a guidebook.
Yeah. You
It's
got
good
to
to
have
have
somebody
guys,
tell you,
sure,
don't
yeah.
smoke off foil, you idiot.
It's terrible.
Don't do that on the
Bad for you, it
foil.
hurts. Don't smoke off foil. Yes. It just doesn't matter what side. Doesn't matter if it's shiny or not. People always say that. It's like,
So-
you don't smoke off the shiny.
You know, you have given him bad information at one point, though. You were like, hey, you know,
Yeah,
you should-
it happens.
It was first do smoke off foil, and then do not smoke off foil. Immediately after.
You get it wrong sometimes, man. You know, like the Sandy Hook thing. The guy gets everything else right, and then he says one thing about Sandy Hook, and now everybody's all, "Whoa, you're crazy."
Gosh, that's
you're talking about.
Apparently, my brother is a big bitch and can't handle his liquor no more. That's a good thing, actually.
You're talking about Alex
Hey,
Jones
hey,
saying that
you had
the Sandy Hook wasn't real or something?
I don't remember the specifics of it. I don't think he said so much that the whole thing wasn't real. He did suggest that maybe it was being staged.
So are they going to show
that
evidence
suggestion a
that it
lot.
was real? Is that like is it going to be a public case? Can I watch it on TV?
Do what now?
Can I watch it on TV?
Sandy Hook?
No, Alex Jones.
Depends on what you call TV. You can watch it on band.video.
Really?
Okay. I didn't. It sounds like a Band-Aid.
I'm not shilling for Alex Jones, by the way.
I don't like it.
But he is I do like old Alex. But you know what? We're not talking about that. We're talking about things that we're thankful for, which I'm actually thankful for. And turkey.
You're thankful for turkey?
Thankful for Zindu.
Hey, Nick.
And for Nick.
Nick, are you worried that how far is Brooklyn from the ocean?
It's right up. It's right up all up in there.
Oh, it's up in the ocean.
It's all up. It's all up. I actually don't know how. I could look it up. I'm in Bay Ridge. Let's look at Bay Ridge. What do you water line?
Why?
Is it like water what? Water height? Water depth?
Because what if half the island slides into the water and like shoots a tsunami your way?
See,
Or what if you tip it over like Guam?
That's good. Yeah, that's true. Guam could, New York could tip over. You got a lot of buildings on one end of it, right?
I don't know what
a lot
this
of
means,
aircraft carriers?
But it says I saw some jets fly overhead on like a day or two ago.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
It was weird.
That happened a lot?
Were they people flying jets or were they little rat jets?
No, they were big. You hear them, and you hear them, you're looking around like, what the fuck's that noise? It sounds like an airplane, but like times 10.
Sounds like the Americans delivering fresh batch of freedom.
It could be that. It could be that. Are you scared? Are you scared of any other country on the planet? Well, okay. There's 3 superpowers, right? Or there's more than 3 superpowers? There's 3.
I'm scared of idiots with technology that they either can't use properly or feel like using in some insane ass way.
Well, that's like 90% of the population of Earth.
I know, it's terrifying. So I choose to just like try not to think about it and get high.
Yeah,
it's probably better.
And then go to the operation room and perform surgery. You're a doctor, right?
Me?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, he is. I forgot you were a doctor.
And a cook.
A cook
Sometimes the
and
same
a
night.
doctor. Well, everybody's a cook, right? If you wouldn't be able to live without your parents if you weren't a cook.
What?
You would die if you couldn't cook.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to say that if
You
you
just eat
couldn't
fruit
cook,
roll-ups.
you
You
would.
don't have to cook those.
I guess you could eat out.
All animals.
You could just eat out.
What do
all
you
the time.
catch?
Do you like to eat
Oh,
out?
Hey, I gotta interrupt you.
What?
Hang on, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. Now I remember what I was gonna say. We got
Caller? I think we have to go. Yeah, the show's over, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back next Thanksgiving, but we'll also be back next week as well. Let's listen to this song right here. Janet Marie.
We want
Greetings
more,
to the natural world.
and we want it
These
now.
are words said before all else.
We want it to stop.
We give greetings
and
and
we
thanks to
want it
Mother
to
Earth
stop
who embraces
now.
us and provides us nourishment and shelter
Lies are
and gives
violence.
us
Stop
life every
telling
day.
lies and holding
so
back
we are of one mind.
facts.
We
There
give
is only
thanks to the
truth,
plant people,
and you know
the
this.
trees who
We
shelter
know
us,
this.
the
We
medicine
feel it.
plants who
Truth
cure
is a
us,
choice, so
the
choose
fruits
it.
that
It will
nourish
set you
us,
free.
the
Freedom is
vegetables that
worth it.
sustain us. The plant people
We
have
are
been sustaining our
survivors
life with food
many
and
scars
medicine
lined
since the
along
beginning
body
of time,
territories,
and we
brought
hope they will
together,
continue
making
to
road maps
provide
looking like
for
turtles'
future
back.
generations.
This
And
land
so we are of
mass,
one
our
mind.
home, where
We
sisters
give thanks
go
to
missing.
the birds whose songs start
We
our
miss
days
them.
with beauty and fills our hearts
This
with
physical
joy.
place so
The birds see the most
disconnected.
of all creation.
We can't
and in
hear
their
them when
songs,
they
tell
call
us of
to us.
all
They
the
keep
beautiful
calling
and strange
to
things
us.
that they see every day.
Come back, sisters, to the teepees
We
and
give
lodges.
thanks to
Come
all the
back,
animals, the deer,
aunties,
the
to the
elk,
big
the moose, the
houses
bear,
and wigwams.
the wolf,
Come
the
back,
buffalo, the antelope,
grannies, to the
the rabbit,
forest
the
deep
muskrat, the
lean-tos.
beaver,
Come back,
who share all they
clan
have with
mothers.
us, who teach
More
us,
than
who
ever,
clothe us, who
we
give
need
us
you.
sustenance through cold winters, and so we are
Do
of one
not
mind.
walk softly.
thanks to the
Instead,
fishes
let
of
your
the
steps
water,
resound
who
on
clean and
solid
purify
ground,
the
traveling
water so
down
we may
into
drink,
earth,
who
where
give
my
themselves as
grandmother
food
sleeps,
to provide us
and
strength
yours
and
does
wisdom.
too.
And we also give
We knock
thanks to the
on her
tiniest
door and
creatures
say,
who
show
also
us the
share this
way,
earth
teach us
and
the
who do their
words,
work
feed
every
us
day.
knowledge, and
so we are of
reconnect
one
us
mind.
to earth.
We give thanks to Father
Criminalized
Sky, who holds
catastrophes
all
make
our dreams
headlines
and hopes
every
and prayers.
time. The time
sky
it
is so
takes
big
to
it can
keep
hold
us
the day
safe
and the
takes
night and the
up
stars.
so
It
much.
can hold all the people's prayers.
Hours better
We
spent
give thanks to
collecting
the sun, our elder
beautiful
brother,
lessons
who
and
warms
blurring
us
the
and
lines
nourishes Mother
between
Earth.
us until we
And by
begin
its
to
light, we
move
can see all the
together,
gifts that Creator has left
venturing
here for
outward
us.
under
The sun is the source
magical
of all fires
moonlight
of
without
life
worry of
and
darkness
greets us
or
every day
danger.
with new
Run
life,
in
and so we are
celebration
of
through
one mind.
light-filled fields. This
We
need
give
for
thanks for
protection
Grandmother Moon,
produces
who
too
guides the
much
female side of life,
distraction.
who shows
Makes
us the
my
cycles
head
of when to plant and
and
harvest,
body ache
who
with
gives us light in
exhaustion.
the darkest night,
Stay
who guides the
calm.
ocean tides,
Reclaim
who measures
your
time and
place.
watches over the birth of children.
If we
And so
can
we are
really
of one
walk in
mind.
her shoes, we wouldn't
We
be
give
walking
thanks
at
to
all
the
but
four
run
winds
for our
who
lives,
blow the
run
plant
with the
seeds to
wolves.
far
We
lands,
stand
so
and
we may
watch
always
digital
live among
clocks roll
plants.
over into another
The winds
year
also blow
without
down weak branches
resolution
and the
or
trees that may fall
solution.
and hurt us.
We see
The winds
elders
purify
mimic
the air of the
Creator
land
in
and bring the
folded
change of
arm
seasons.
stances. They ask,
We give thanks
you
to
don't
the
know war
grandfather
is wrong
thunderers
yet?
who
You
purify
haven't
the air
stopped the
and
violence?
wash away obstacles in our path. We hear their voices when they bring us
Simple
rain and water for
teachings
life, for
are
strength,
within
for
reaching.
medicine, for protection.
We take it one
We
step
give
to the
thanks
next.
to
We
the
make
spirit
it
of
our
the
business to
waters, the
correct
rivers,
this.
the
We
lakes, the
expand
ponds,
our
the mists,
minds
the
to the
oceans,
endless
all the waters
possibilities.
who revive
It's
us,
like
who give
razor
life to
sharp
all
wit
things.
and feels
And so
like
we are of
fire
one mind.
flares, sounds like
We give
heartbeats on the
thanks for
ground.
the stars,
So you
the
better
star
walk
beams and
loud,
star medicine.
because
the stars fill the night sky
there is
to
nothing
tell us
more
stories
powerful
and
or
give us
threatening
comfort
than
in
a
our
woman
loneliness.
naked standing in nothing
We
save
do
her
not mean to leave out
intoxicating
anyone
beauty,
or
her
anything.
gorgeous
So at
forthrightness,
this time,
her
let
strength
each
to
of us give
protect
thanks
those
and
she
send our
loves.
greetings to all things.
No weapon
And so
can
we are of
penetrate
one mind.
this.
We give thanks for life
Action.
and for our loved ones.
Our
We are glad to see all
survival
these
is a
smiling faces.
political
We wish you safe
action.
journey so you may greet your
We
family,
walk
see their
with
smiles, and embrace
intention.
one another
Our
in the warmth of
legacy
your home.
is
And so
us
we are of one
as
mind.
living examples,
We give thanks to
agents
Creator
of
for giving us
change.
this world where everything
Moving
we
in
need
unison,
is here
it
to
is
live a good
time,
and
it
peaceful
is
life.
time,
All things
it
that
is
Creator
time
planted here still do their duties and instructions.
again.
We human beings must always remember to follow our instructions, to have a good mind, to be kind to one another, to assist one another, to treat everyone the same, to speak good words, and so we are all of one mind. Danito Yawankoa.
If you shoot me, I'll have you arrested.
Well, I'll have to make it look like an accident then. All right, you win.
Clearly. Now leave.
Told your mother I'd take you home for the holidays.
I have plans.
Stay here? You gonna watch the football game, make a turkey sandwich, and hang yourself in the toilet?
No killing animals!